Hi, does anyone really know what time it is or exactly where we are? And the answer is no. The Earth is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour away from the point of the Great Bang in one direction. 1,000,000 miles an hour. In another way, we're revolving as a planet, as an orb, at about 1,000 miles an hour, depending on where exactly you are from the equator. But at the equator, it's about 1,000 miles an hour that you're revolving in a circle. So 1,000,000 miles in one way, 1,000 miles an hour in another way. The Earth itself is revolving around our good star Sol at about 250,000 miles an hour. We're going in a big elliptical orbit around the sun at about 250,000 miles an hour. So another dimension, another layer of travel, of goings on. And within the galaxy that we call the mighty Milky Way, we are traveling 500,000 miles an hour on a similar elliptical path, traversing an orbit in our galaxy. 1,000,000 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour, 250,000 miles an hour, 500,000 miles an hour. And then we're moving around, right? You look left or right, you look up and down, your fingers and your toes move. So do you know exactly where you are? Not really. On some level that you can, of course. You can be as if you're looking on the sea. And on a calm day, you gaze down and it is flat, reflective, and in a sense empty. This is a perspective. And then in the next moment, somebody causes a wave, and the illusion of there being nothing dissolves, fades, when you see the depth beneath the surface of the sea. That's the same thing. We do that with our own senses of realization on our own levels every day, every moment. Yes. And this is why you and I are interested in meditation and mindfulness, to be more cognizant, to nurture ourselves, to help ourselves grow, to become more aware so that more of our moments as they flow in our day, we can be excited, can be in awe. We can be ecstatic. There are 86,400 moments in each day as we... What are we going to do now? What's next? In each succeeding moment, the opportunities of uniqueness apply across the entire universe, all of creation. Such a great degree of randomness is beyond our consciousness's ability to fathom. So what do? We ignore. We take for granted everything about our being, everything about where we've come from and whom we are put aside. And as a world, as a society, as a part of civilization, ignored. Life is a celebration. It is a gift from creation. And yet, where is the bliss? Where is the brotherhood, sisterhood? Where is the understanding and the compassion, the empathy, the kindness, the generosity that this kind of living and being represent? Freedom of expression, cooperation, collaboration, compromise, competition too, with understanding and wisdom and virtues. There are so many. Keep choosing new ones when you realize it's something you want more of. This is what meditation and mindfulness is for. It's not a bunch of just learning how to do different breathing techniques or hold different forms. This is nothing. This is gaining a knowledge of focusing, of paying attention, of becoming sensitive. But it is much more than this. One is more physical. The other is more everything, the physical being part. It is shuddering in the space of realization that we are traveling in a multiple number of directions simultaneously, and that our bodies, our physical bodies, are screaming like a hungry newborn. But not once in a while, when their tummy calls them, but constantly, 24/7, 365 days out of a year. You are not listening. You are not paying attention. Me too. The universe is thriving. It is the energy. We, as parts of its evolution, are here in this place. Take a moment. Do you think this is the only place like this in the universe? With trillions of stars and trillions of planets. Wake up, humans. Remember, we are all of the family of creation. From whatever star system, do not make others antagonists or your enemies. It may be you and I that are the aggressors, and they, just full of curiosity and joy, at this aboriginal backward planet called Earth. Remember, comfortable postures, undisturbed breathing, pulsing, shimmering, with self-illuminating glow. Feeling in every direction as we go to and fro from one moment to the next, rising as the waves of the ocean lap upon our feet of awareness, like this. Shine nurture, grow, flow with the vitality and physicality of your breathing, your best friend, with your pulsing, your bodily awareness, with your shimmering majesty, with your glowing being, flowing with the cadence and the continuity of these things, concentrating and focusing just the same with these items of what you're doing, flowing, growing, practicing, being, shining in your own self-realization, in your own self-illumination, in your own revelation. We are here. And your greater being has been here since day one. You need to practice to be aware and to maintain a sense of strength, a posture. Find yourself a comfortable posture. A posture where you are not only physically comfortable, but where your mind and your being and your spirit and your heart and your soul can grow. One where you are receptive. One where you are sensitive. Where you find yourself open-minded. That you can allow and accept so that you can grow. When the sprout of a seed is underneath the soil still, it has to make its way. There is collaboration and compromise everywhere along every way. So being kind, being thoughtful towards one's own actions, to the way you live your own being is acceptable and a good idea. Be proud of yourself and be anticipating of all your growth. The most difficult thing for me is to continually flow. I interrupt this sense of awareness multiple times every day, more time out than in. Remembering one's breathing, one's pulsing, one's shimmering are tools to help us focus within. Don't abandon your shovel when you want to dig a hole. You don't want to use your fingers. And so, when you are building your mind's capability of being sensitive and receptive and focused and concentrating, then you need to find the fastest way possible to your foundation. Or maybe you'll just become more lost. Pay attention to the majesty of your own being. You are a bundle of miracles. Humbled and modest before the immensity of our creation that we've been speaking about. And appreciative that we have any kind of part to play whatsoever. We are thankful for this moment's cognition and our hope our aspirations, our goals of improving ourselves to be better human beings, full of gratitude, humility. I've seen all good people, and I know it is you rising in self-awareness to help you grow again and again and again. Practice makes improvement. Practice makes improvement. This is a big key. If you do this every day, you will find yourself happier, better human being in every way. It is. That energy follows your attention. It's got nothing to do with me. It is your energy beginning to make a transformation. It takes a while to change your chemistry, your habits, etc. Anyway, I can see that I'm over. Have a nice day.